Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire, and if you're new here, welcome. This channel is all about how to take small, gentle actions to shift your life into authentic alignment with your soul's purpose and help you gear towards your dream life. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the clutter and mess in your physical surroundings and how that may or may not impact your mental clutter or clarity. So for me, I have always had a tendency to live in what I call organized chaos. I like to have things that are out and visible, and regardless of how many things I have around me or how cluttered or messy it may look, I do always know where everything is. And that is how I've lived most of my life. And I've just kind of attributed that to being the natural way that I like to live. And I think part of that is because if something is out of sight for me, it is often out of mind. And so subconsciously, I like to keep everything somewhere that I can easily see it, easily get reminded of it, and utilize it. However, in the past probably year or so, I have realized more and more that having clutter around me actually does really affect me mentally. It makes me feel a little bit more anxious. It makes me think of all these things I need to do that I may or may not have the time to do, or that may or may not even be a priority for me, but because everything is surrounding me, it feels like it's important and urgent. And I've just noticed that when I do get the space around me tidy and it's organized and everything's put away, that I do have this inner sense of calm that I didn't even realize I was necessarily missing or able to have as kind of like a baseline. So I would encourage you to really look at your surroundings and think about whether all of the things that are surrounding you are something that you need kind of out and within your line of sight, or is it something that you could put away and find a home for and just keep out kind of your essentials of what you do need around you? So I was curious, do you find that having a physical cluttered surrounding actually impacts your mental clarity or your mental clutter? Or do you find that it's not really connected for you and you can live somewhere that has a whole bunch of stuff out because it feels more homey, it feels more comfortable to you? Or if it is tidied and clean, does it feel stale to you, or does it feel refreshing? And I would love for you to put in the comments below, how does that make you feel? Do you find that having a cluttered or busy surrounding area makes you feel alive, or do you feel like it kind of feels heavy on you, drags you down, and makes you feel a little bit more anxious? And if something is kind of clear and free of things, do you find like that is something that's refreshing and revitalizing for you? Or do you feel again like it's stale, like it's cold, like you don't really feel comfortable there? You would then be too scared to make a mess because it's so clean. Are you one end or the other, or do you find yourself somewhere in the middle? So do let me know. I'd love to see kind of where everyone is sitting on the spectrum, because I feel like it's such a personal preference, and it is kind of what you prefer now, then also what you were raised with, and the combination of how that all lines up for you. In terms of having a cluttered space and getting it tidy, for me, what I like to do to maintain my home is every Sunday, I kind of consider it like a reset day. So I will go through, I'll kind of tidy and clean the home. I'll do the garbage and the recycling. We will kind of get everything prepped for the week ahead in terms of food prep. So for me, that is like cutting up any fruits and vegetables I have. I like to put them in mason jars. And again, that is part of my being able to see things. So if I have everything already prepared in mason jars, that when I open the fridge, I see them there, I'm much more inclined to be able to just grab and go than if they're in a bag, or even if they're prepared in Tupperware. I find like it's not the same single serving. And so I might be like, oh, I don't really want that much, and I'll leave it. But if I have it portioned out and it's just grab and go and I can eat it really easily, then I'm more likely to do that and kind of get my fruits and veggies in and actually have us eat them before they go off or anything like that in the fridge. So along with that, I just like to tidy everything, get everything at kind of what I consider like a base point. So I'm starting fresh going into the Monday, going into the new week. I can focus on what my goals are for that week. On the Sundays, I like to do my planning for the week ahead, so really get some clarity on what did I accomplish this week that just finished? What am I wanting to accomplish next week? Are there any wins that I want to carry on into the following week? Are there any areas of opportunity, things that I can shift to be able to kind of progress into that week? But it's really just for me getting all of the clutter cleared from my mind, from my goals, from what I'm envisioning moving forward, from my physical space, getting any of the different pieces cleaned up into easy, like grab and go formats, whether that is the food thing I mentioned, whether that is any other task that I can prepare for the week, so that as the week goes on, when I'm having a really busy day, it is already really easy for me to be able to either take that piece and do the last final step to get it completed, or to be able to ensure that it is utilized as intended. What are some tips and tricks that you have for kind of resetting for your week ahead? Do you do that on a Sunday? Is it something that you do a daily reset? Is it something that you leave for a longer period of time? Or do you not really feel the need to kind of close off a time frame and then start a new one? I would love to hear also like what your perspective is. That what is your approach to life, and what do you feel works for you? And do you feel like what you are doing currently does work for you, or do you feel like you're looking for a new approach or a new methodology in order to be able to shift into the life that you're wanting? And if so, please do let us know, and I'm sure a lot of people will have great suggestions below, and I would love to chime in with my perspective on what I think may or may not help you to shift into kind of what you're aiming for personally in your own life and how you're wanting to live your life. Anyway, if there are any other ideas or questions that you have that you would like to hear from me on, please do put them in the comments. And I hope that if you did enjoy this video, you will give it a like and you will subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I am wishing you all a beautiful week ahead.